All right, let's see what we got going on here. I'm going to start adding some food coloring to each of these bottles. Let's get them open here. And then we'll do some other experiments as normal. All right. Get these open. There we go. Okay. I think we're going to add red to that one. Let's just add a little drop of red here. Red food coloring. And it goes. Kind of beautiful pattern as it drops in. Zoom in on that. You can watch that go. I've warmed the fluid, so it's going to mix fairly quickly. I'm going to add a drop of yellow as well. So I got one drop of red, and I've got a drop of, there it goes. There's your drop of yellow. Of course, that should look orange once we mix it up. How you doing there, Adiyaman? Sorry if I'm not saying your name correctly. Feel free to correct me on the pronunciations. Yeah, let's mix this up. I think it's getting mixed pretty quickly, but I'll go ahead and I'll put the lid on and we'll mix it up. We're going to try some others as well. I have 4 bottles we can experiment with today. I'm just doing some mixing experiments that I've been studying here lately. Yeah, so that looks a nice orange color. To me, it looks orange. I don't know what it looks like to you on the video. How you doing there, Mix Boosted? Good evening. Yes, it is morning for me. Akil, what we're doing is I've got, if you look here, oh, look at the bubbles. You can see the bubbles that have been created. What I have here are 4 different bottles with some fluid in it. Hey, nice to hear, Adiyaman from Turkey. Anch, hello. Anch Patel. So, yeah, I've just got some bottles here. I'm not telling you what fluid's in here, okay? I'll tell you that in a bit. But for now, what I've done is I've added 1 drop of yellow food coloring and 1 drop of, red food coloring and yellow food coloring to this to make an orange color. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a white solid. There it is. I'm going to add this white solid, this bottle. We're going to shake it up. We're going to watch what happens. Let me get my funnel here. Where the heck did I put it? Right here. All right, so I got to undo the lid here. And we're going to see what happens. Okay. Now, I've done this experiment before. I've never done it with red and yellow. I've also not done it at temperatures that are quite this high. I just got done warming it. We're going to see. In goes the white solid. There's quite a bit. Hope it all goes in. Oh, we're getting close to the top. Hope I get it all in there. There we go. All right, it all goes in. And now I'm going to mix this up. Let me put the lid on. You might be already see something going on down there at the bottom. Sorry, I can't read the comments right now. I've got to focus on the experiment. So I'm going to just take this and we're going to mix it till all that white solid dissolves. And then we're just going to watch what happens, okay? So again, to review, I have taken 1 drop of red food dye and 1 drop of yellow food dye. I'll tell you what I did. I added it to a mixture of water and isopropyl alcohol. And now I also then added a white solid called sodium carbonate. And look what happens. No, I can't make that stuff. Interesting, isn't it? So what we see happen here is it looks like The yellow dye that I added separated out. A little bit of it did, not all of it. And I can tell not all of it did because up here in the top, it looks orange still, which means in the top layer, there's going to be some red and yellow food dye. Thank you there, Medical May. So yeah, so what's happened here is I had in these other bottles, I'm not drinking that, the isopropyl alcohol, that'll give you a really bad case of diarrhea. So in this bottle here, what we have is a mixture of water and isopropyl alcohol. And you can, let's try. I'm just going to add 1 drop of green food dye to it so you can kind of watch what happens. It's kind of warm. The temperature is a little bit warm. We're going to add 1 drop of the green food dye here. There it goes, 1 drop. Looks kind of beautiful going in there. And we're going to just go ahead and let's do a second drop, shall we? Let's just do 2 drops. All right, and then what we'll do, thank you there, Anch, I appreciate that. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add to this some sodium carbonate. I'm not making that. And when I shake it up, when I dissolve the sodium carbonate, it's just a white solid. When I dissolve the sodium carbonate into the mixture of the 2 fluids, it'll separate into a water layer. It's more dense. It'll go to the bottom. And a alcohol layer on the top. Thank you there, Medical May. All right. And what we'll see is the green dye might end up in the alcohol layer, and the some of the green dye might end up in the alcohol layer instead. We'll see. We'll just see which layer it's going to dissolve in. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and get my funnel, and I'm going to add the sodium carbonate. Looks like I got a little extra in there. Yes, I do. Full disclosure, I do have a filter on. It's the pop filter. But I'm telling you, what I'm seeing in real life is almost identical to what you're seeing on the camera. So I put that on purpose so that you get a more realistic view in the camera than what you'd see if I didn't put that filter on. Now, right now, I'm not able to read the comments because I have to stand and sort of watch myself put the white solid, it's sodium carbonate, into the mixture of alcohol and water. There's also some, looks like I got it caught in there. Let's see if I can just put the rest in like this. Come on, baby. Oh, I spilled a little. I'll have to clean that up later for sure. Ah! Oh, man. Let's see if this works. That might be enough. We'll see. If not, I'll add a little more. So I've added a white solid to this mixture of alcohol, water. It's isopropyl alcohol, water, and, see there, Anch, and green food dye. And we're going to shake this up and we're going to see what happens. So here we go. I'll back up the camera so you can watch it. All right, here we go. Let's shake that baby up. Get that white solid dissolved in there. It takes a bit. You can see it's still solid still in there, right? Let's keep shaking. And I might have to dissolve just a bit more because my funnel got plugged up. I think we're working. I think it's working. So remember, I just added green dye to this, just green food dye. Boy, it's still not dissolved. Come on, baby. Shake it up. Let's see if that's enough. I think it is. We'll zero. You can see the separation happening, can't you? Yeah? Isn't that cool? What we see is the separation of the green dye. That's what I added at first. It looks like there must be some yellow dye contained in the green dye because we're seeing that, again, that yellow dye ends up dissolving in the water layer. And it looks like there's probably some green. It could be just a solid green dye Or it could be a mixture of yellow and blue up here. I'm not sure. Sodium carbonate, yes, Medical May, sodium carbonate is soluble in both water and alcohol. Thank you there, Adiaman. Appreciate it. Sodium carbonate is soluble in both water and alcohol, but it's more soluble in the water. So the reason why this happens is sodium carbonate, it dissociates into ions, and those ions are very attracted to the water molecules. They become so attracted that the alcohol that's in the original layer gets excluded. So just like when two people are very attracted to one another, they might date exclusively, so to speak. The ions in the water are dating exclusively in this layer, and they'll squeeze the alcohol layer out. Yes, I agree, Medical May. I've noticed that too. If we check it out, and let's just, I'm going to reverse this because it could be a lighting effect, but it does look to me like the yellow is darker in this one and this one. Does vinegar and bicarbonate of soda make hydrogen gas? It is not, rock and roll. That makes carbon dioxide gas. Okay, so here we go. We're going to switch these two. So I'm noticing this is a slightly darker yellow. Let's just switch to make sure it's not a lighting effect. Well, interesting. When I switch them, they look the same to me. Interesting. Yeah, so I'm not convinced that there is a different shade there. All right, what do you think? We got two more to do. We have two more we can do. Two more bottles. What colors would you like to see mixed in this next experiment? What colors do you want to see mixed? There we go. Purple, says Ansh Patel. You got it. So we're going to try purple. Of course, I don't have purple dye, but what I do have is blue and red. So we can do, I don't have any black token. Sorry about that. But we can add a drop of blue. We're going to make some violet color. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Look at the way that's just sinking down in there. That's just really pretty. Nope, Philly, I won't make ether. Wow, is that gorgeous. All right, let's add our drop of red. And it goes. And when we mix that up, it should make purple. I agree. It is very pretty mix and medical. Now remember, what I have in each bottle is a mixture of isopropyl alcohol and water. Sorry there, Philly. I don't have the materials to make ether anyway, so I'm not going to be able to look at that. That's gorgeous. Zoom in and that's your wallpaper. Sure, yeah, take a screenshot and stick it on your wallpaper, huh? It's kind of cool. I've got my son's on my wallpaper on my phone, so I won't be putting this on there. That's pretty, really pretty. I'm going to just bump it up just a bit, just center the camera just a little bit better for you. There we go. So it looks like if I shake this up, thank you there, Rock and Rolla. Appreciate that. Love the name. We're going to, look at it down there, man. There's some goofiness going on down there at the bottom. I just wonder if we can see that before I add in the sodium carbonate. Yeah, it's a little tough to see. Thank you there, Medical. Okay, here we go. Andre, we did do green. I'll pop that one up here. We did do green. And this is the separation we saw when we did green. So what we've done now is we've added a drop of blue food coloring and a drop of red food coloring to this. Nope, I won't make chloroform. You know what? Let's just see. Let's see how purple this looks. All right. Race the dyes to the bottom. I love it, Philly D. We'll do that next. You know, this kind of still looks a bit blue to me. So I'm going to add one more drop of red, okay? Just one more, because I want to make this look a A little more violet. I mean, it's got a nice violet tinge, but I think one more drop of red will do it. Hey, bleach. Bleach would just make everything go colorless. Take a little while. Yeah, this may make things too dark. We will see, though. I might have to really power the light so we can see what's going on. Let's see. Let's see if I can get this light. No. That's as strong as I can get it. We'll get it right there. Yeah, that's really hard to see, isn't it? Let me see if I can get a bit more light going here. So you can see the colors. Oh, that's not helping, is it? That's really not helping. Let's see if I turn these lights on. Yeah, there's not a whole lot helping. Well, it looks purple to my eyes. Let's see if we do this. And then you can see it. Oh, that's going to fall. We don't want that. Well, looks like we're stuck with what we're stuck with here. We are stuck with what we're stuck with. I tried there, rock and roller. Hold on. Let's see if I can move this a little closer. Man. All right, let's try this. Come on, baby. I'll move this out of the way. And pop this up here and see if I get that light right behind it. I don't know what that's going to look like. Probably looks like crap, but yeah, isn't that incredible? I mean, that's just how dark it is. It's so dark that this isn't really helping. It's a little better. Switch the bottle's position. We'll try that. I don't think it helped. Yeah, I don't think it helped much. It's just really, really, really concentrated color. That's all right. Well, I'll go ahead and add the sodium carbonate. We'll watch what happens. All right. So here we go. Where's my? Here we go. Hey, King of Twilight, come on, man. Thanks. King of Twilight just sent me $1. That's so nice, man. That'll help me buy some sodium carbonate for my, so I can continue doing these experiments. You know what? Let's try this too. I think I may be able to do that. No, that didn't help either. All right, where's my sodium carbonate? Let's get this going here. Yes, that's very nice. Here we go. In goes the sodium carbonate. You can see it going in at the top. And then we've got one more to try. After this, you can see the sodium carbonate kind of building up the white solid on the bottom of the bottle. I apologize right now. I'm not reading the comments. I kind of have to pay attention to what I'm doing here. You're awesome, King of Twilight. Yes, Medical, I love to do the cooking. Look, you can already see the separation happening. You can already tell it's going on. And you can also see sort of a bluish color there. Yeah? So let's go ahead and mix this up and help that separation along. So I'm going to go ahead and remember what's in this bottle is isopropyl alcohol, water, sodium carbonate now, and red and blue food dye. So we're going to mix this up. And then we've got one more bottle to try. And then we'll call it a day. I'll, reverse the camera and talk to y'all if you'd like to do that. Okay. I think that might be good enough. Let's see. Oh, look at that. Come on, look at that separation going. So again, when you add the sodium carbonate, the water and the sodium carbonate really bind together strongly. They bind together so strongly that it excludes the alcohol. King of Twilight, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Which video you like the best that you've seen? Turn on your room light. You'll do it. There it is. Hey, nice. I think that's a great suggestion there, Mix Boosted. I can see everything a little bit better. Yep. So again, we started with water and isopropyl alcohol, I added red and blue food dye to that. We got this really dark color. You know, maybe it's someone was asking for black. Maybe we can consider this black colored. It's so dark. And then I added to that sodium carbonate. And when I added that, the water layer and the alcohol layer separated. And it looks like the dyes went into the alcohol layer. So we got one more. We got one more bottle. Where is it? Here it is. This one right here. I can take this out. I'll try not to add so much doggone dye this time. It's so cool, it's white. All right, what colors we doing this time, folks? What colors are we doing? I've got red, blue, yellow, and green. Antonia, I think if you put in the work, you can definitely become a chemist. Pink. Well, I guess we could do that. Here, we'll do this. Instead of adding, let's just do this, all right? Instead of adding food dye to this, I'm going to add universal indicator. So universal indicator is also known as pH indicator. It displays these different colors at different pH values, okay? So I'm going to add some universal indicator to this bottle, and then we're going to see what color it changes, okay? And then we'll know the pH in the bottle. So we're not going to go pink. I guess we could go pink. Do you want to do pink or universal indicator? I'll tell you what, do this. In the chat, put an emoji, put a rainbow emoji if you'd like to see universal indicator, and put a pink heart or a red heart if you'd like to see pink. Rainbow for universal indicator, or a heart, red or pink for pink. You just let me know. I see two. Okay, it's looking like rainbow. So here we go. We're going rainbow. We are going rainbow. I've seen 3-4 votes for it. So here we go. In goes the universal indicator. You're going to watch me add it up here at the top. So up here at the top, I'm adding the universal indicator. In it goes. See a nice green color. I'm going to add 2 squirts of it. I think that's going to give us a nice color. All right. Kind of floating near the top. Let's get that all mixed up. All right, let's get this mixed up and see what kind of nice green color we got. I should do this. All right, here we go. In it goes. All right, we got that. Okay, now to the universal indicator, we're going to add the sodium carbonate. Where is it? There's my last bit of it. Right there. Okay. Ugh. Yeah, this is going to be pretty cool. Well, that's my guess. You know what? I think I might add just one more squirt of universal indicator. Nah, it's green enough. It's green enough. Here we go. Now remember, universal indicator displays different colors at different pH values. Okay? Different colors at different pH values. So right now we're neutral, and that's why we're seeing a green color in here. pH neutral. Sodium carbonate, some of you might know if that's acidic or basic, and so you might be able to make a guess as to what kind of things you're going to see when I add. Where's the doggone funnel? Come on, man. Here it is. Here it is. All right, here we go. In goes the sodium carbonate. Well, there's a shift to blue for sure. Shift to violet, because sodium carbonate is indeed extremely basic. Very basic. And then what I'll do is I'll take this and we're going to mix it up. All right, here we go. Give it a shake. So again, we started with a mixture of isopropyl alcohol and water. And to that mixture, I added some universal indicator, also known as rainbow indicator. And then I added some sodium carbonate to separate the alcohol and the water. And we're not quite done yet. We're not quite done, because what I'm going to try now is I'm going to try to make this even more basic. So right now our pH is probably around 11. I want to increase the pH. I want to increase it to the point where we might see something even more interesting. So here we go. What I'm doing to this is I'm adding some sodium hydroxide. Give it a good squirt. I don't know if this is going to work. We will see. It doesn't look like it's going to work. This might be a dud, folks. If it is, I apologize. I've got a hypothesis is what's going to happen, but I don't think it's gonna. What I'm trying to do, there's some phenolphthalein in universal indicator, and I'm trying to get that phenolphthalein to turn pink, and I think I failed. I don't think it worked. Well, it's still pretty. I mean, we still got a nice blue on top. It doesn't get old, does it, Medical? I could make some aqua regia, but I don't have any currently made. Thank you there, Antonia. So what happened here is the universal indicator, because I added sodium bicarbonate, it turned to a blue color. So our pH is, around 9 or thereabouts. And we can easily see that the sodium carbonate causes separation of the water and the alcohol. And it forced the universal indicator into the alcohol layer. I'm still going to try this. I think I might be able to do this. We're going to just really whack this with some sodium hydroxide to see if we can't pull the... This is something I've not tried before, so I don't know if this will work, but we're just going to really whack it with some sodium hydroxide to... Maybe we'll get a nice pink color. I can see it kind of developing here at the interface. Do you see it? That's because there's some phenolphthalein in universal indicator. Let me show you that. So universal indicator consists of thymol blue, methyl red, bromothymol blue, and phenolphthalein. All those added together give you a universal indicator. These three dissolve in the alcohol layer. The phenolphthalein does as well, but if I can get it basic enough, it'll actually turn pink and dissolve in the water layer. And that's what I'm trying to do here by really adding a whole bunch of base to this. I just don't think it's... I think it's buffered with the sodium carbonate somehow. And that's preventing it from developing a pink color and going to a higher pH where I need it to go. Yeah. That's a fail. That's a fail. I'm not tasting it, TW. This stuff here is, isopropyl alcohol is a laxative. And so is phenolphthalein, which is in here. I do see a slight pink color. Just a slight one. Yep, I think I buffered it. Bummer, man. Bummer. Well, at least I learned something today. At least I learned something. All right, well, those are the experiments I had planned for today. Let me flip this around. That's all. We're done doing experiments, so if that's all you like to see, you can head on out. I'm going to flip the camera around and talk to y'all. That's usually what I do at the end. Let me get my reading glasses on so I can see what y'all might be saying in the comments. Thanks for joining in this morning. Appreciate it. Actually, that looks better if I turn that on. Make my old face look a little better, with a little more light. So Medical and Mix, y'all, thanks for joining in this morning. Trying some extra experiments. Had a good time. Looks like we went about a half an hour and we got some donations today. So Mix is starting organic classes tomorrow, some summer courses, huh? Organic 1 or Organic 2? Medical, how's Orgo going? Tuesday exam. I wish you lots of motivation and a clear head. So Mix is going to start Organic 2. I think if I remember, Medical is in Organic 1, yep. Well, I wish you both lots of motivation. Lots of motivation to study, and I hope I hope you're interested enough to want to study a lot. Absolutely, it's a lot different than Gen Chem. You don't need a calculator to take the exam, right? Yep. Well, I think how you doing there, Adityan? Excuse me, Aditya. So you're in class 12 and you're going to attend India's third toughest exam. Isn't that the truth? Lot more like VSEPR, medical. Dunkel, come on, man. Thanks there, Dunkel. Got a former student who just gave me $5. What are you doing that for, man? I appreciate the support. I can use it to buy more sodium carbonate. How are you, Aimer? Thanks, bud. I'm doing well. We just got done doing some experiments. I do medical. I got a couple conferences coming up. I got one the end of July. $6 for sodium carbonate. That's right, man. That's right. Aimer, I'm just doing some experiments in my basement. That's all I'm doing. Having a good time doing it. So I'll show you kind of what we did. I'll flip it around here. Thanks there, Aimer. Let me know which one you like. I got one. I got one coming out. I did some experiments in my backyard. I know my neighbors are like, "What the heck is that guy doing?" You're gonna have to call the fire department on him. Medical. Come on, Aimer. That's so nice. That's so nice. Medical. The research I do. I mean, you're watching it. I like to do chemistry demonstrations, and I like to find new ones that people have not done or not seen before, and try to make them interesting and captivating that people draw them into. I love it too, Aimer. People want to want to study it. I also try to make it so that chemistry demonstrations can be quantitative, so that students can pull out their calculators. Paper versus metal. Nice mix. So they can pull out their calculator and actually do a calculation after watching the demonstration. Those are the kinds of things that I do. Yeah. So all right, folks. I think I'm going to call it quits for today. I very much appreciate Aimer studying to be a pharmaceutical. Nice. Yeah, I like that. That one, that was the first time I ever did that one, Medical Man. It worked. I think it worked pretty well. I appreciate y'all being here and, enjoying doing some experiments here in my home. And I hope to see you again, maybe next weekend. So thanks for hanging out. And as always, be looking for that beauty of science. I am Aimer. It's in the everyday. The beauty's everywhere. Just take a little time and breathe it on in. All right, folks. Have a great day. Thank you, Mix. Thank you, Medical. We'll see you next time.